Hello, it's author Debra Parmley this evening coming to you with another March of the Writers. It's March the 30th, and I'm running out of time, so I have to get a move on with these prompts. Day 25 prompt is obstacle course. What are the obstacles in a writer's life? There can be a lot of obstacles. One can be your day job. I've had various jobs since I wrote my first book. And sometimes the job itself is so demanding and draining that you've got no energy left to work on your book. And that means that you're not working on it during the week because your job's just sucked the life out of you. And on the weekend, it could be the family or whatever. I'll say number one obstacle could be the day job. And the irony there is that day job could be the very thing that's paying you enough to allow you to write. But, if the job itself is difficult, I've had a lot of jobs since 2007. And I wrote my first book before 2007. During that time, I was writing when I was running my own travel agency. I didn't have a problem writing during that because that didn't suck the life out of me. I had a city job, worked for the city of Bartlett, Tennessee. That job was one that did. And I didn't get as much writing done during that. It was very, very difficult. And when you need your day off to recharge, the writing's not the best thing because the writing might not recharge you. It might wear you out. You might have enough juice left to even do the writing. I also worked for a weekly newspaper selling advertising. The only thing I managed to write during that time was a short story and a few poems, handful of poems. I got very little writing done. That was, it wore me out. Took a lot of energy to sell advertising, a lot. So those two jobs, I didn't get a lot of writing done. It took me forever to get a book done because there just wasn't enough time. Another obstacle could be, and this is, I'm not saying that these are bad things that you need to get away from. I'm saying these are things that can get in the way of, this is about the obstacle course to how to get to your writing. Family, and it could be anything from a happy thing to a sad thing. I mean, my gosh, you could have had, if you're a younger writer, you could have had a baby. A baby at home would be a big draw on your time. But a beautiful thing to have in your life, right? And my dad was on hospice for 8 months. That was a very difficult time. So for everything from birth to death can get in the way from family. Just family demands, holidays, traveling, all that can get in the way of getting your writing done. It's really hard because, family is important. But you can't put your writing on hold forever either, because a healthy writer is a writer who's writing. And a writer who hasn't written for a long time is usually not a healthy writer. So a third thing. Okay, let's see. J.D. Estrada, on his answer for this day, he mentioned one that I think is important. Budget busters. Okay. So you've got a grand plan. All right. You're going to go to a book event and sell books. You're going to get some swag to hand out. You've got a grand plan. And all these things cost money. None of this is free. Budget busters can come along and you might not have the money. What could happen? Maybe your car needs something, or maybe it's a health thing, or maybe it's a, budget busters, things that come out of the blue and say, oh, you had $50 over here in this corner that you were going to apply towards promote your book. Now you don't have that because the big whammo happened. Hopefully it wasn't your health. Hopefully it was just something that needed fixed. But yeah, budget busters, those really suck. Then there's the very real truth that many things that authors do are expensive. Book events, reader-author book events, are expensive. I can only afford to do one big one a year, only one. And that's even iffy some years. The best thing to do if you're in a very low budget situation is try to find free things that don't cost so much, or low cost things. Like, instead of $300 for a table at a week-long event that you then have to have a hotel for. You got your hotel, you've got your travel, you've got your food, you've got your swag, you've got a week-long event could run you quite a bit of money. A one-day event, not so much. A one-day event at a bookstore, you're just sharing the cost of the book that gets sold. It's not costing you a thing to actually sit at the table. A craft fair table at a festival could cost you anywhere from $30 to $150. A library might buy your books. There's no fee for that. It's a different market. I'm selling large hardcovers to libraries now. There's some advice. There are obstacles, though. There are obstacles and there's ways around it. Maybe you can't go to the right. Maybe you have to go to the left. Try to find some ways around the obstacles. Energy zappers. That's going to be unique to you. What sucks the energy out of you? If it's a job, a place, a person, a whatever, figure out what that is. See if there's a way to do less of that. And find the energy chargers. What charges you up? Try to do more of that. We get in our own way. Sometimes we're our own obstacle. So what can you do to yourself that becomes an obstacle? Guilt. Now, guilt can be a lot of things. It could be guilt that you didn't spend more time with the family, or guilt that you didn't spend any time at all writing, or, whatever direction that's going, that's a thing. And then doubts. J.D. Estrada called it quicksand. Doubts are, they'll pull you down. If you doubt yourself, you're zapping your own energy. Think about that. Are you zapping your own energy with guilt or doubts? What are you doing to yourself? Where's your mental space? What is lighting you up? You've got an inner light, and it can be dimmed or it can be brightened. What is brightening you? What is lighting you up? Find those things, and that will help you get through the obstacle course. So that's my take on the obstacle course, day 25 prompt for March of the Writers. And I'm author Debra Parmley, wishing you a beautiful evening. And I think I will squeeze in another one of these since they're not that long.